Well, I know I'm talking a lot about trials, and maybe it's because I'm seeing so many of my friends that are going through trials. But this show is about get comfortable in your trials. Get comfortable in your trials. Jeremiah 29, 4 through 7. It said something that I was totally unaware was in the Bible. At least I didn't recognize it before, didn't realize it before. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon." Okay, so Jeremiah is talking to all the hosts of Israel, all the people that have been carried into captivity. Now, all of us know captivity is no picnic. That had to have been a trial. They were slaves. Most of them were become slaves when they're in captivity, and their lives were very limited. But it says, then the rest of it says, "Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them." And then it says, "Take ye wives, and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to the husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, and not diminished." And then it says, "And seek the peace of the city, whither I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace." That's what I couldn't get. He said there, he said, get comfortable in your trial. He said, build you a house. He said, beget sons and daughters. Plant gardens. Eat fruit, the fruit of it. He says, get comfortable in your trials. Now, that means to me that I'm not supposed to be fighting these trials. I'm not supposed to be saying, I don't like this, Lord, and I'm not comfortable with this, and take me out of this, and remove this trial from me. He's saying, get comfortable in your trial. And what I love is the last part of it. "And seek the peace of the city, whither I've caused you to be carried away captives." And do you notice that there? He said, I have caused you to be carried away captives. "And pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace." Now, I have been through some trials, I'll be honest with you. And what that's saying is make the best of a bad situation. Getting comfortable in your trials means you're making the best of a bad situation. And my mind automatically went back to many years ago, many years ago, when we had to leave. We had a home. At that point in our ministry, we didn't have an RV trailer, but we had a home at a camp, and while we were there, we had to leave pretty quickly, and things happened, that misunderstandings, etc. And so we left, and when we left, we didn't have any place to go, and we didn't have an RV, and we didn't, I mean, it was wild. And some friends of ours had a warehouse in Tennessee that they said we could stay in that warehouse. And we were so grateful that they allowed us just to get for a month to let us regroup and figure out what we were going to do. And we didn't have money to pay rent, and we didn't know if we were going to be in any area of the country to even pay rent. It was just one of those times. And so we went down to this warehouse, and in the warehouse they had these offices. The offices had bathrooms. So we had a bathroom, didn't have a shower, but we had a bathroom. And I set up a table and set up a hot plate and borrowed a hot plate and was able to cook a little bit in there. And we didn't want to put the beds together, all the way, but we put the mattresses on the floor. And then, because we were in this warehouse situation, we put all our goods and made paths in the warehouse so that the kids could ride their bikes through it. We were making the best of a bad situation. Can I tell you that? The reason why we didn't put the beds up is we thought, we don't even know how long we're going to be here. Let's just leave the beds on the floor. Well, we let them jump every night from bed to bed to bed, the 3 beds in the same room. And the kids thought that was great. Their memories of that warehouse, they're great. It was not a pleasant situation. We had to go take a shower at somebody else's house, and it was not a pleasant situation. But we made the best of a bad situation. And you know what? God says here to Jeremiah, tell those people to get comfortable in your trials. Make the best of it. Find a way. Eat, make a house, plant a garden, make the best of that bad situation. I love that thought. And I'm glad God put that scripture in there. Remember it, Jeremiah 29, 4 through 7. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say rejoice.